Hi everyone, welcome back to some spooky craft season stuff, spooky season craft stuff. Today what we're going to be doing is taking this. I bought this off of Etsy. It is 3 sheets. I printed it twice. This one right here, I don't know what happened to the side, but that's okay. It's like little banners. So I printed two each. So in case we messed up one, we could get another one. And I'm going to just make some ephemera real quick. And what I'm going to do is just cut these down, ink them up, and then I'm going to glue them onto some black paper to give it just a little bit of border. And I think I'm going to tear the paper or either cut it with my decorative scissors, and then we'll go from there. Well, that'll be that, but let's cut this paper. Right, so if I can remember, I'll put the link to the Etsy shop that I got it from. It was fairly inexpensive. But I was thinking that, you could probably do this yourself, but the convenience of having someone already do it. I didn't do anything but just print, click print, purchase, download, and click print. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do some of this together. So I did these. These are even. And like these, you don't really want to do anything with them, in my opinion. I don't think you want to do anything with them. This could probably get cut down, but I thought we could bust out these scissors, right? And cut. You can see how it looks. I don't think Halloween stuff is supposed to be, cutesy. Unless it's Pastelloween, right? So this will be our first one that's like that cutesy. And I'm not really a fan of the cutesy one. I like it, but I don't really think I need it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take out my ruler. And what I'm going to do, and we'll see these complete probably the end of the month. Some of these will be in our junk journal. I'm going to, I like this one a lot. So I'm going to just take the back of my ruler, line it up as neat as possible, and tear. And I like that. I like that edging a lot. So let's go ahead and do that again. And I'm tearing up. When you tear up, the paper tears differently than when you tear down. So that was a mistake. And this is where I printed too. Okay. So now what I'll have to do is go back and um, reprint that one. I really like this. So this is a skeleton, semi fully dressed. They have on pants and a shirt. They're smoking a cigarette. I don't know about that part, but that's what they're doing. So just be mindful when you get ready to tear it. You have to be a little bit more gentle and not so frivolous with the tearing. So I need to hold it down on both sides like that. And we do like the torn edge, okay? The torn edge is really cool. I'm not really, what is this called, a Jolly Roger? The skull and crossbones. I'm not too, those don't really call my name. They don't say, come and buy me. You know you want me. None of that. What do you all do for ephemera? You make your own? Because this definitely could be easily done. I would say put the images first, especially a Halloween style. Put the images first and then stain it a little bit with some, dip it in some paper and let the images kind of fade a bit, or um, use some spray that you may already have on hand to do it. So we're just gonna, there we go. And now we have the white edge on this one. So we're gonna do that. These spiders I don't really care much for. The spiders aren't really calling my name either. And we're gonna leave this, we're just gonna put this here. There's plenty to choose from. I think that if I was to make the image larger, I probably could get those images a little bit larger on there too. I didn't. I printed them off earlier today and just went from there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to glue it down to our paper, and I'm using the black paper today because again I have the paper, I need to use it up. All right, so now I'm going to go through. I'm going to keep Haunted House as is. Probably all the fonts, all the any words, any images with words attached to it. I'm just going to keep it the words by themselves because I think we're going to just make a little, take one of our little envelopes and just cut some more of these off and just stick them in for the recipient to do whatever they want to do with it versus what we are doing with it. I do like this witch's brew, but I feel like this is a recipe, right? And so we have to get our little bottles and stamp those out. Some little bottles, stamp the bottles out. Now what I'm going to do is move those over. Halloween. And I like the black cat. The Halloween and black cat we could keep, but I'm not. I'm going to put them to the side. And I would probably print this on a little bit more heavy paper. Even though I did print it on paper, I thought it was heavier paper than what it is. It's not. It's not that heavy. So now we're just going to ink up the edges because that's why I pulled out this ink pad. We're going to use a black soot. And remember I told y'all earlier that this dauber is super hydration. It soaks it all up really a lot. Let's just do that. You can pick whatever color you want if you want to change the color because I know we're going to go black edges on black, but I think it'll do okay. We could pull out yellow. You know what? I'll pull out a yellow sheet because apparently I am a fan of the yellow sheets right now and see how that's going to look. And then these edges. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. And if you're going to make a little mini book, we can make a mini book and we could put some of those in like the tucks. I don't want this edge right here though. Let's go ahead and take this off. Okay. So now, yeah, this is what you do. You ink up all your edges, whatever you for preparation, and then you just glue it down. All right. So with our ephemera, what I'm going to do is just take. I'm going to space it out how I want to space it in between each glue, but make sure that you're getting your edges down. Even if you have a little bit of seepage, make sure you have some type of wipe, be it paper towel, napkin, an actual wipe that you can get it up. Or if you have a glue stick, that would be good too. I had a glue stick at my desk, but we needed it for a project for school, and it never came back. A lot of my crafting stuff seems to just create donation for regular school stuff versus my stuff. I guess I'm okay with that. But yeah, glue stick would work just as well. I'm sure you've seen other people in wherever you get your crafty needs met, be it yourself or other people that make YouTube videos. You've seen where they can take a glue stick and glue everything down, which you know is going to get coverage with a glue stick and it's not as messy, even though it's still glue, it's still sticky. So you can see I'm just laying these down like that and burnishing each time I lay it down. Once I finish getting everything together, we'll come back and cut. All right, so once I get everything laid out, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one first. Just because, we use the scissors on this piece. And once they dry, they're not dry, as you probably know. We just laid them on here, right? Um, they'll stiffen up some, and then it'll be great for, whatever you want. Ephemera, note cards, anything on the back. If you want to stamp some lines, or if you want to just use it as a tuck spot, whatever. Let's go ahead and cut this one. we go. Cut this down some. There we go. So there's a cut down one. Then what I'm going to do is take, we still have all this extra paper that we could definitely use. So we're going to tear, let's tear all this off real quick. Make sure, I'm making sure I hold it down really well. Because if not, you never know what'll happen, right? So, and if you want to tear it by hand, so be it. If you have one of those fancy rulers, or if you made you a fancy ruler, I actually want to make one. I saw someone make how they made it, and I want to try it. So, yeah. I'm taking this edge, not this guard, and I'm doing it this way. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of room, and there we go. And the same thing with this one, a little bit of room. Now I don't have any fingernails right now. I chopped them down, so some of it's hard to grip and some of it is not hard to grip. But in general, you want to have something that you can hold on to. And that is that. I really like it. When I saw the images, because I had looked up for the images before, because I like buying junk journal printables. I don't really care to make my own. Go figure, right? I was like, ooh, this would be fun. This would be nice. Now, the only bad part about inking up all your edges is that this distress ink is water reactive. Alcohol, the glue we're using is water based, and it is liquid. I think that if you use any kind of liquid, it's going to cause that to do that. So just keep that in mind. Oh, I didn't have a good grip on it. Now I do. There we go. Good grip, good grip. I'm just applying pressure. There we go. And then if you want to get, really close, finite. I can't wait to finish these little bitty projects that we're working on to put them in one big project so you can actually see, oh, now it makes sense. So I'm just going to tear this just like that because maybe you don't have a ruler. Maybe you're on a trip and you find some images that you feel like you want to glue down. You went to the Wally World and you got a 50 cents glue stick, which I don't think they're 50 cents anymore. Back to school is over, right? So all the prices skyrocketed back up like the day after the last school started back to school. It seemed like it in my area at least, or maybe things are just getting higher. And then you have this one. This one isn't as nice and pristine, but you get the picture. I'm gonna go ahead and tear all these down so you can come back and see how they all look. All right, so this is the sheet that we used, and we pretty much used all of them except for the sentiments, anything that had a sentiment on it. And again, I'll put that in the description box. I have, it's 3 pages. This is is it 3 or 2? I think it's 3 pages. Let me see. Oh, maybe it's just 2. No, I think it's 3 pages. I want to say it's 3 pages. I only have 2 pages printed out though. Maybe it's only 2. I don't know. But anyway, I thought these were cool. It has to be another one. I think it's another one more similar to that, but I can't find it. That's the story of my life. When I'm not looking, I find stuff, and when I'm looking, I can't find a thing. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. Oh yes, when I didn't pull it off though, I didn't print it off because it's more vintage Halloween. I'm not going for vintage per se, but I think you may be able to size these up. I'm not sure because this would be really cute as a background card. But you probably can just type in orange lattice with spiders and see what you get. Anyway, so this is the stuff that we did not use because it's mostly sentiments and the one that I ripped and the ones that I didn't really like. So I ripped this skeleton and then we have our sentiments right here. And then this would be good to put on like the front of a book on the side of the book with a faux brad or maybe a real one. We got this skeleton. I think skeletons are probably very easy to do. And we use this one to get to this image right here. And then we did this torn. I think this is hand torn. This is ruler made. I think. I can't remember. Then we have this crow. If I saw a crow bigger than the house, I would run. Oh, I just dropped one. And then we have this bat going into the moonlight. Is it this way? No, it's this way. Then we have casualty card. Very important. Then we got black cat, and then we have this, probably some diagnosis. But these are all going to be inside of the junk journal that we're working on. I don't know if we're going to put all of them, but I've seen where people create their videos and they just say, this is what I do sometimes when I'm not doing anything. I just make ephemera. But this is some ephemera, a good idea. You can probably just go online and Google some images if you're not going to use them for commercial use. But yeah, I'll put the information in the description box from the Etsy shop. No affiliation, no extra cooties for me, anything like that. Just something to share with you all. I want to say thank you for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.